Come on.
Here, Mutt.
Come on. And again. Come on.
You silly Mutt.
You're holding it like a pig holds a bone.
It's strange, but like a letter from a fancy book.
This fell off the battlement.
What? You're...
What goes on in the fire?
There are poachers prowling in the woods, a band led by this ginger-headed Mach of Marshowitz. They've been causing trouble for quite some time, but now they've...
What happened?
They killed a rare white roebuck that lived in our woods. Killed and skinned it. Sir Peter of Pisek put a bounty on their heads. The bounty's yours if you help me track...
Do you know any more about these poachers?
They're led by some fella called Mach of Marshowitz, and they fancy themselves some kind of a brotherhood. From what I've heard, they showed up in the village below the castle. The guards always sent them packing. Our knacker, Wolfram, was the only one who...
I must say, I've never seen a white roebuck.
It's an exceedingly rare animal. It was beautiful. Sir Peter forbade hunting it, but I wouldn't have even if I could. Killing an animal like that is bad luck.
That knacker, Wolfram, do you think he had an...
Oh, he has a dishonourable profession, true enough, but having the gall to work with poachers, he's on thin enough ice as it is, being a knacker and all. If his lordship found out he had... But he might know something about...
All right, huntsman. I'll try to track the poachers down. Maybe they haven't...
Excellent. And if you mete out capital punishment, every member of that band carries a squirrel tail on them. Probably a badge of their hunting prowess.
Where should I look for these...
Ah, that's the hard part. I'm sure they have a hideout in the woods around. If you don't know what to do, you can try to get some...
Thanks for the advice.
Farewell, and take...
What would you like?
Well, blacksmith.
Worse and worse, friend. Since Sigismund came, you know, everyone suddenly realized that the blunt, rusty weapons they have at home...
I'll have a look at the... Word about the price.
All right.
What would you say to the...
You really won't convince me. Very well, then. Thank you. And a good day to you, friend. Huh? Whose house are you trying to get into? Arrest him! Guards! Someone was poking at a lock over there.
Now I've got you.
Do something about it.
Surrender, now!
Easy now. I surrender.
This
What the
dude.
fuck are you doing? Lord Pisek takes you under his roof, and...
Calm down. I was just walking and looking around.
Just walking around, were you?
I swear it's true.
All right, have it your...
Yo, maybe I can get in it before he gets back.
I mean no discourtesy.
Fret not, I take no offense. I can tell you come from far away. The king's official who oversees the Italian court, where the Prague Russian...
That sounds important.
Indeed, and that is why Sigismund stripped me of my office as soon as he...
I know we're in Sukdal, and that this fortress belongs to you.
It's not exact. You'll find dozens of such fortresses. As the town grew richer, many burghers wanted to climb the social ladder to join the nobility. They bought land. Kuttenberg is surrounded by plains, so they've been springing up like mushrooms.
Dude, where is this guy?
God bless you.
What did I do to you?
Alright, whatever.
What happened at Nebakov? After the Praguers took the fortress?
You're asking me?
No, of course. I know you weren't there, but I only remember that diabolical shot. Nothing after that.
That must have been really terrible. I heard the shot all the way from Troskowitz. I'm afraid all I know is when they took the fortress. I'm sorry, but most of ours got left behind.
Do you know if Michael, the adjutant, survived?
I'm afraid I do know. Zizka said the shot killed him on the spot.
Did you know him?
I...
I didn't know that.
Not now, thanks.
There was this healer called...
A girl of yours?
No, I don't know her well. But she was very kind to me. I suppose now I'll never see her again.
Poor girl. May God forgive her. You have to live every day like it's going to be your last. That's all you can do in our trade.
Thank you.
I'm sorry I can't tell you more.
No, that's all right.
Look out!
How are things, Captain?
What do you think? I've seen better.
Yeah, not so great.
Just wait until you've been through as much as I have.
Nah, don't say that. You still have your strength. A real man of iron.
Damned. Well, enough chat. I see.
That's why I'm here. They're expecting... I wanted to take Catherine along, too. But she said she'd rather get...
She's doing the right thing. And you better run ahead and...
Are you expecting trouble?
I always expect trouble. And the way things are these days, I'd rather have horses standing...
Should I really go and see Jobst on my own? He's a Margrave, though.
So what? You already know him better than I do. You met him in Ratai. I only know what I've heard about him.
All right, but he sent for us both. How's it gonna look?
A bit odd, I suppose. But you must understand.
All right, then. What about that dry devil of yours?
No, nobody asked him where he was going, but it seems they're hoping it's as far away as possible. I'm not surprised. If I know him, he wasn't the ideal guest.
At least Jobst might know where he is.
He might. To be honest, that's the only reason for talking to him.
I'll be going then. Mutt!
No, we gotta get out of here. Can we not leave?
Easy, good horse.
What was that sound? I see you, you thief.
Where's that fucking thief? Now I've got you. Surrender, now!
All right! You caught me. I surrender.
What the fuck are you doing? One warning, that's enough.
What happened?
You're asked.
Oh, of course.
That must... I'm sorry.
There was
A girl.
Maybe. She was really kind to me. Oh, my God.
Wait. Maybe nobody would hang a young girl like that, would they? Oh, sorry.
Don't...
You have to live every day, that's all.
Do you know... Did you...
Not now.
Thank you.
I'm sorry,
No. Our thing.
What are you...
Me?
Just wait until you...
I doubt I'll ever live long enough to be a...
Ha! Looking at you, I've no fear of that. Besides...
I don't...
You might be surprised, but enough chat.
That's what I wanted to...
Jeez.
Are you...
On the way...
What about...
No, I'm not... He might.
Should...
So what?
All right, I'll be...
Look out.
Greetings.
So...
What can I say, lad? It used to be better. There was peace and quiet, warring against each other. They should... We're lucky we have Sir Peter. He won't...
What's Sir Peter?
Oh, he has a heart of gold. God smiled on us when he sent us Sir Peter. He eats nothing but preserves and sweet dumplings with curd cheese.
You wouldn't happen to know where Lord Hinnock of Kronstadt went, would you? He was a guest here only recently.
You mean that bony knight? I can't help you, I'm afraid. I don't stick my nose...
I'm a bit hungry.
That's not possible. I had you sent breakfast in bed. Susanna, take care. And good night.
Look what I have for you.
Aye, come here. Heel.
Look out.
Jesus Christ.
Henry. Where's Captain Zizka?
He got held up.
I received a report that von Bergov's banner is flying in the camp of my dear cousin Sigismund, so I assume the negotiations at Trotsky didn't go too smoothly.
No, sir. I don't have good news for you, I'm afraid.
Well, good or bad, I'm sure you have plenty to report. So what happened with von Bergov at Trotsky?
Bergov had no interest in our message. By the time we finally arrived at Trotsky, he'd already long since made a deal with Sigismund. But of course he didn't tell Sir Hans and me anything. And on top of that, he used us to do his dirty work. Everything went to hell in the end, and we ended up in a dungeon. Or at least I did. They took Lord Capon away. In fact, that's why we're here. We were following von Bergov's trail.
So I've heard. But I'd be interested. It's been some time since our meeting in Ratai. and now you appear here.
Well, it wasn't the best circumstances to meet Zhizka in. They sent him to the Trotsky region to cause problems, and our paths happened to cross. We crossed swords. I can only thank God we didn't kill each other.
And who was giving Zhizka orders? Do you know?
I think it's some Jan Sokol of Lamberg.
That would make sense.
Forgive me, my lord, but how is it possible you don't know? Aren't you all on the same side?
Bear in mind that my dear cousin, His Majesty King Wenceslas, has many supporters, and each of them has their own ideas about how to defend him.
I understand. Seems complicated.
On the contrary, it's all quite simple. If I could get them all together in one banquet hall, give them their fill of wine and venison, they'd come to... Let's move on. I heard something about a pillory and poaching. What in God's name did you and Sir Hans get up to?
Things went wrong right from the beginning. We were ambushed, and we lost the letter. Lord Capon and I were lucky to get out of it alive. But no one at Trotsky believed that we were messengers.
Von Berghoff refused to aid a nobleman in need. That seems pretty low for...
Well, to be honest, we were ambushed while bathing in a pond. And then we fled through the woods.
Ah, that must have been a peculiar feat.
Not only for him, sir. I may be just a bastard, but that doesn't mean I'm used to begging at castle gates dressed in rags.
Of course, but there is a difference between disgrace for a commoner and for a lord chosen by God. In any case, are you sure there's nothing else you want?
Well, you should probably know that Istvan Toth was working for von Berghoff.
Who's he?
One of Sigismund's cronies. He was causing havoc around Ratai.
Ah, yes. Hanush and Radzig mentioned something.
They had to.
Yes. Well, it's actually quite heartening that some people still have such naive...
Well, no one let him go this time. He's dead.
Very good. From what I've heard, he was a bandit and a cutthroat.
Isn't Zhizka a bandit too, though?
Zhizka is loyal to Wenceslas. So he's no bandit or cutthroat, but a faithful servant of our king, carrying out resistance against his enemies. But let's move on.
That's all that happens.
Truly. My court messenger and bearer of tidings, both good and bad, John of Liechtenstein, has mysteriously gone silent. By the way, you said you were in von Berghoff. Tell me,
well, although it wasn't me who told him, von Berghoff did get certain information.
what information?
About Liechtenstein. That he's in Kuttenberg. And what he's doing there. I'm really sorry, sir, but... well, they tortured us.
That is truly, but you've nothing to be ashamed of. I think it's too much to expect anyone to hold their tongue under torture.
But Lord Liechtenstein... what if they killed him because of us?
John went straight into the lion's den. He knew the risks. Thank you for the news. You're free to go if you want. But I would be glad, as soon as it's possible, you can join a legation heading for Rattay.
What? Go home? I can't. I have to rescue Sir Hans. I made a promise I'd protect him.
A noble thought. But you mustn't worry about Lord Capon.
But I made a promise.
I understand, but honestly, Lord Capon is now safe. The most sensible course now.
Margrave.
Ah, Captain Zizka. Henry and I were just discussing Lord Capon.
Yeah, the Margrave thinks he's in no danger, and we should wait for a ransom demand.
As one does.
I wanted to talk to you about something else. I suppose you're wondering why your friend Hinnek, also known as the Dried Devil, isn't here?
Oh, there's plenty of gossip going on around the fortress. You and Pisek refused to grant him asylum.
Asylum is for those in distress, Captain. Hinnek came to burn and pillage. I have quite different plans.
And what might those be, Margrave? Sitting and talking while King Wenceslas rots in a dungeon. What would I expect? Not so long ago, you were conspiring with Sigismund against Prokop, your own brother.
It would be futile trying to explain to you the intricacies of the Luxembourg's dynastic politics. Let me just explain that that was what was called for in the situation. But I assure you that I am now acting in the best interests of this country and of King Wenceslas.
You're acting first and foremost in your own interests. Everyone knows that.
Strong words coming from a man who earns his bread by killing merchants on the road. No offense intended. I applaud your art. The pen is mightier than the sword, but there are times when it's vice versa. Enter!
All ready to leave now, sir?
Good. It's high time. I expect the captain was about to leave anyway. Are you not?
With pleasure.
And you, Henry?
Me? Well, sir, I made a promise.
I understand. I won't attempt to keep you here by force. But bear in mind, I have concluded a very fragile truce with Sigismund, which gives us time to get ready. And if anyone should disrupt my plans with headstrong acts of violence, there will be consequences. Grave consequences. I consider this matter closed. Farewell and good luck.
I get the feeling Yopes didn't make a great impression on you. Are we leaving?
Yeah. And Henry's going with us.
Wait, you'll help me find Capon?
Sure. But we'll need people for that. And information. Catherine, I've got a job for you.
Yes?
Go to Kuttenberg. Find out what happened to Liechtenstein. If anyone knows what's going on in this godforsaken country, it'll be him. In the meantime, we'll go and find Dry Devil and his band.
Good luck. I'd go all the way to Rome to spy if it kept me away from the devil.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Stay close. The devil doesn't know you, but he should recognize you. Unless he's too drunk.
What is your plan, anyway? Go from village to village, hamlet to hamlet, until we find him?
That won't be necessary. We just have to visit places where you can get booze.
So all the taverns and dens in the region?
If it comes to that.
I'm up for that.
Don't get your hopes up. We'll have a beer, listen to the local rumor mill, and if we don't find anything, we'll pay up and move on.
Where do we start?
I have heard of a place that's a favored meeting spot of bandits, poachers, and all kinds of scum. If I was looking for the devil, or at least someone who knows something about him, that's where I'd go.
Sounds like a good place to start. And if we find the devil, what then?
If we're really to step on Sigismund's toes, we need capable men. And the devil's capable of anything, really.
I'm not sure what the three of us can achieve.
Hinek's not alone. He has the devil's pack.
Who?
That's what his band is called. They're exactly the sort of men we need.
And what do you have in mind when you say step on Sigismund's toes? What about Liechtenstein and Capon?
Same thing we did to von Berghoff. But don't worry. It's going to take a lot of time before we're ready. In the meantime, hopefully Catherine will find out where young Liechtenstein is hiding. If his spy network really lives up to the legend, he'll surely know where they're keeping young Capon.
I hope so. And when he's free, then we can step on Sigismund's toes. I'm sure Lord Capon will be happy to help.
In that case, he'd be better off staying in captivity. So, what do you say? Should we speed up?
Aye. The sooner we get there, the better.
Our journey doesn't prove to be in vain. Keep your hand on your hilt, Henry.
I warned you had it coming, you drunk.
Hang on. I didn't see it. Does feel better when I've had a drink. It's a gift from God.
Either you pay us back our coin, or you can leave your head with us.
You wouldn't get a groschen for an alternative, mine.
You're right about that.
I'd have a use for that turnip. But I can only pay for it with iron.
Shiska?
You turn on your heel and get going. If you value your life. You might have noticed there's more of us than you.
That can be fixed.
Okay.
I'll kill you! Come on, scum!
Get me!
Get away from him!
Get him back with us!
Haven't had enough yet? Do I have to pull you out of trouble again? I see you're still a drunkard.
It's good to see you too, Shiska. What happened to...
That doesn't matter now.
Huh? Who's that? Where's your old band?
You're looking at all that's left of it.
I see we have a lot to talk about.
That we do. Anyway, Henry, this is Kubienka.
Hiya, lad. And thanks for...
Thanks.
Not that I couldn't handle them myself.
He would be one of the best archers if he wasn't drunk or with one...
Shouldn't we leave before...
Easy, lad. If we behave ourselves, the innkeeper will just charge us a cleaning.
There will be plenty of time to get acquainted. We're looking for the devil.
Well, when I said we have a lot to talk about... This is the innkeeper.
Gentlemen, I won't have this.
They started it.
They've been drinking on credit for half a day.
If you search their pockets and sell their weapons, and I have a feeling Kubienka here owed them some
I didn't.
Pay him.
All right, then. What did I do to deserve you? Here you go.
Ah, I see you are a nobleman and a generous one at that. You didn't have... We'll clear away the corpses, pour some sand on the blood, and no one...
That's nice of you.
Nobody will be looking for them anyway. Only the catchpoles would be interested.
Did you hear Lord Chishka?
Yes, I did. Of course. I'm leaving.
Is it just you and the devil here? Where's the rest?
That's the problem.
What problem?
Well, I'm alone here.
Who's this devil fella of yours, anyway?
He's an angry, dangerous murderer. Someone...
In a treacherous one time, he was besieging a castle, and when they refused to surrender, he dressed up as a begging hat. They let him in, and he slit their throats in their sleep.
I was there. In fact, he kidnapped that hag's grandsons, and told her he'd cripple them unless she let him in the castle.
Ha! Well, I could better the way, devil.
Where's everybody else?
I'd like to know that too. When the devil was captured...
What? The devil's been captured and that's how you...
Do you know where they're keeping it?
Why? The town guard took it.
Fuck.
My words. Otherwise, we would have gotten him away from... Not even a mouse can get him there.
How long has it been since you...
I've been sitting here drinking ever since it happened. So...
A month?
That's the thing. The devil's famous. Lots of people want... They want to send his soul to the Lord. The devil is a proper...
Who captured it?
How should I know?
Shit, Kubienka, you must know who came off.
Well, we botched this job in Kuttenberg. Before we could react, they knocked the devil down and pounded on him like a deaf man on a door.
Fuck.
It pisses me off that we had to leave him there. But we would have...
What are they planning to do with him?
The devil's got a fat price on his head. He's the most feared robber baron. There are several empty tents in Sigismund's camp, thanks to him. They'll take him to their camp outside of town for that.
Who told you that?
When someone owes you a dice wager, they'll spill him what they don't know. They say the people of Kuttenberg...
If they're gonna move him, that could be our chance. We'll wait for them and free the devil.
He will be watched by a dozen armed guards. We're only 3, so unless you...
I thought the devil would have at least 10 men. But other than that, it makes sense.
I was going to hire some muscle...
More like I know you. But maybe we'll find someone around. Can you think of anything else that might...
Well, how...
Have you got some?
Well, not on me. But
maybe.
Maybe. Surely. If I can remember where we hit them.
What place is that?
This narrow gully with a nice curve that backs for something west of here. You can't miss it.
Looks like there's still some sense left in your noggin despite the booze.
And what about me?
You'll go with Kubienka to get the hand cannons. He may be...
Great! At least I...
Don't dilly-dally. And when you have them, meet me. Keep an eye on him. And don't let him... So if I understand correctly, you're not afraid of this dirty work. Or am I wrong?
Well, you're half wrong. If we're gonna get our hands dirty, we want to be paid.
I'll have a look at the where.
Thank you, and a good day to you, friend.
I'll have a look at the wares.
Maybe next time then.
Oh well. Now just this.
Why are you wasting my time if you don't want anything then, eh?